What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich here for another episode of the NBA Best Bets presented by Pinnacle Sportsbook, your trusted sportsbook for the past 25 years. Loaded slate in the NBA today, and I told myself I will not take any team on a back-to-back, and today we're sticking with that. We're not breaking it. No back-to-backs. Let's get into the best bets. As I mentioned, massive slate in the NBA today, but we'll start with an underdog who has some great data behind it. We are headed to Utah, and they are facing off against the Denver Nuggets tonight. They are 7-point dogs as the line presently sits as I'm recording. I have seen it at 6.5. Like it at either mark. We're going to be taking the Utah Jazz +7, +6.5, wherever you get it, because the Jazz have been phenomenal at home. They've been one of the best teams in the NBA at home against the spread. They're 12-4 against the spread at home on the year, and as underdogs, they are 9-3. So great records for the Utah Jazz at home as underdogs. And then you look at Denver, they're 7-12 against the spread on the road, and so that in itself gives me a lot of reason to pick the Jazz. The Jazz haven't lost a game at home since early December. So their early results in January and how they're looking right now, I think they're going to be great tonight against Denver, and they can easily cover the 6 points, keep it close, maybe not win, but I think they cover against the Nuggets. Now let's transition to our next game, because let's see where we want to go. Do we want to go with the gross game, or do we want to go with the money line? Okay. All right, let's talk about it. I'm taking the Spurs -3. I don't know if it's a good decision. I think the money line at -142 is a little bit too juiced, so I will take the spread reluctantly. But I do like what the Spurs have been doing lately. They've been playing very, very well in their last couple games. Very tight game against Milwaukee. Very tight game against Cleveland. These are things that we can't say about Detroit. They lost Cade Cunningham. He will not be playing in this contest. It's only the second time the Spurs have been favored all year. But let me tell you, 1-0 when favored. So the data's saying the Spurs have a pretty good shot. I don't love this game is on the road. But with how bad Detroit has been, the Spurs playing pretty good ball. They're playing against an awful Detroit team. I think this is a game where they can get a win and even cover these 3 points. It's a gross spot, gross game, but I do believe the Spurs really have a good shot to win this one. So give me the Spurs. They're going to cover the 3 points here. I don't know if I love it, but I think this is where we should be taking it. It may go down to 2.5, at which point I really like it. But at 3, I still think it's a pretty good bet and one of my favorites on the slate today. Let's get into my last bet, because there is a phenomenal game out in Golden State. And I'm talking about the Golden State Warriors against the New Orleans Pelicans. And the reason why I like this spot is because the Pelicans opened up as underdogs, and now they're already favored. So you can take them on the money line if you want that, -114, or the spread at -1. I'd probably take the spread up to 1.5, maybe 2 if you're feeling lucky. But I take the money line before that, because 1 point to 2 points, who really cares? Take the team you think is going to win. And in my opinion, the Pelicans are in a phenomenal spot. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. They've won their last 7 games on the road. We know that Golden State's going to be without Draymond Green and Chris Paul in this contest. And so they're really relying on their depth. Or are they? Because they don't really play their depth pieces, especially their good ones, as much as they probably should. The Pelicans are firing on all cylinders, and they may even get back Zion Williamson tonight. And so you think about, if they did get Zion back, they'd only be even bigger favorites. So give me the Pelicans, a team that opened as dogs, now favored. I think they're in a great shot to get another big win on the road. Give me the Pels to cover the spread and to win the game. Like it up to about 2 points, 1.5 if you want to take it there. But I would be taking the money line, because I still think there's great value at -115. So that's it for our NBA best bets. We are not taking any teams on back-to-backs. And if you do want a bit of a bonus play, I kind of like the Hawks tonight, and I really like the Raptors to cover. But as I mentioned, we're not taking no teams on back-to-backs. We're not making that mistake again. And to be fair, that spread is getting a little bit wider, so I don't really love that too much. But I think the Raps are in a great spot, and the way they've been playing, I do like them to cover those 10 points that they have on the board right now. But recapping our best bets, we are taking the Utah Jazz +7, +6.5, wherever you want to take it. We're going to be taking the San Antonio Spurs to cover the 3 points on the road in Detroit. And we're taking the New Orleans Pelicans money line, or if you want to take the spread at 1.5 or 1, I'm open to taking that as well. But my best bet is the money line at -114. So give me the money line for the New Orleans Pelicans. But that's it for me today. Make sure you're following Pinnacle across all of our socials, and you can follow me on Twitter or X at @YaboyJRich. I will see you guys next week. Good luck tonight, and as always, bet smart and bet Pinnacle. I'm out. Peace.